saw a single drop of the worst day in more than a year Thursday, with billions knocked off the net worth of the owners of Walmart. They are the world's largest firm. Now, in this article that I'm looking at talking about this, they're like, oh, well, there's the economic uncertainty, there's tariffs, this and that. They never want to talk about the boycott. The boycott of Walmart or Target isn't going to be the only thing, but in a volatile market, those boycotts matter because no one is too big to fail.
Hello and welcome back to Inside the Daily Gist. How are you guys doing? Thank you so much for clicking on this video. When you guys saw it, I really appreciate it. On this channel, we talk about things going on in the news, things going on around the world or on the internet. We bring it down here and we chit chat about it. February 28th, 2025. We all know that the Heifer Around and Find Out is still going on high speed there. And now I think it is Walmart's turn to feel the heat. Yes, sir, because it was reported that they lost over 6% in stocks. Yes, they lost over 6%, that even the executive has to come out and say they are going to experience, you know what I mean, that there is uncertain times ahead of them, But a lot of people say, oh, they do not want to address that it is the boycott that is affecting their market and that is affecting their stock. You know what I mean? They do not want to admit, they do not want to address that yet, but people are not giving up. And I am going to be playing your clips here and there, thanks to those that stitched this together, and thanks to the original creators of this content. Let's listen and watch, then we are going to finish our thoughts on the other side.
So the question is, did the Target boycott and the Walmart boycott work? Well, I tell you what we know. We know that Target had an extremely large loss, $15 billion, after getting rid of their diversity, equity, inclusion initiatives. We know that some shareholders are suing because they got rid of the initiatives, and we know some shareholders are suing because they had the initiatives. Now, this raises a critical point for me. A company ought to be able to make decisions without the federal government getting involved and trying to dictate how the company sells to consumers. In other words, if Target wants to sell to Black consumers, to LGBTQIA consumers, they should have the right as a business to do that. And they're not harming anyone else by doing that. Now, what about Walmart? Well, Walmart saw a single drop of the worst day in more than a year Thursday, with billions knocked off the net worth of the owners of Walmart. They are the world's largest firm. Now, in this article that I'm looking at talking about this, they're like, oh, well, there's the economic uncertainty, there's tariffs, this and that. They never want to talk about the boycott. The boycott of Walmart or Target isn't going to be the only thing, but in a volatile market, those boycotts matter because no one is too big to fail. Pulling back from us as either employees or as consumers. And so February 28th is the next time to see what we can do. So February 28th is the blackout day, and February 28th they're calling for an economic boycott for 24 hours of not spending discretionary money at major retailers, especially those who are scaling back on diversity, equity, inclusion. And I know we can do it. Shop the day before. If you have something you absolutely need that day, of course, but discretionary spending for 24 hours. We have to pool our dollars. The Montgomery bus boycott was basically pennies, nickels, dimes, and it lasted for 381 days. And people laughed at them. I've had people in my comments saying, nobody cares about your money. You're not going to do anything. All of us together can do something. Walmart needs that money, especially in volatile times. Target needs that money. And we have to say, we have ears. We can hear you talking about us like dogs, calling us unqualified, saying we don't belong in places. We can hear that. And we are not going to spend our money at places where people believe that about us. So did the Walmart boycott work? Did the Target boycott work? I believe they did. They may not have been the only thing, but they have been a tipping point. Let me tell you something. Walmart is the largest major retailer and has won every quarter. And, they are really seeing the impact. They'll never admit it. Target may not admit it, but I bet you they'll admit it after 381 days. I bet you they will admit it February 29th if we get serious about this no discretionary spending on February 28th. And then we need to find out where we can spend our money. Are there other folks out there? eBay, what you got? What's going on at eBay? Can we count on you? Who can we count on? And who can we push our trillions of dollars toward, since people are literally going to play in our faces. Okay.
The impact of the Walmart Black Friday boycott. In 2024, Black Friday online sales in the U.S. soared to a record-breaking $10.8 billion, a 10.2% increase from the previous year's $9.8 billion. However, while the retail industry celebrated this surge, Walmart saw a different narrative unfold. In-store traffic at Walmart declined by 3.2%, signaling the potential influence of the nationwide boycott led by Black consumers in response to the company's rollback of diversity and equity initiatives. This action was not just symbolic, it demonstrated the power of collective consumer behavior to disrupt even the most established corporations. While Walmart's overall profits may not have plummeted, the visible dent in foot traffic sends a clear message. Ignoring the voices of marginalized communities has real economic consequences. Imagine the amplified impact if this energy were focused on uplifting Black-owned businesses and creating economic ecosystems within our communities. This moment is proof that the Black dollar is a force to be reckoned with, especially when wielded with purpose and unity.
When you don't want to go to Walmart because of what's going on, but you have to because this is the only place that sells a certain yarn that your grandma wants.
If you're participating in the national boycott that's happening on February 28th for any company that has rolled back their DEI practices, here's something else that you can do. Unsubscribe to their emails. All of these companies have newsletters, they send you promotions, they send you sales, they send you updates, do all these emails, right? And more than likely, we're all subscribed to Target, Walmart, all of these companies, either through previous purchases or willingly. Unsubscribe to all of them. By law, when you unsubscribe to an email from a company, they have 10 business days to remove you from their email list. If you continue to receive emails 10 days after it, you can report them to the Federal Trade Commission. So unsubscribe to their fucking emails. They're going to have so much money lost because they need people to actually remove you and everybody else that is unsubscribing to their email list.
Second straight decline. And major retailers are noticing. Just this week, Walmart, the nation's largest, admitting there are uncertainties ahead.
We have to acknowledge that we are in an uncertain time, and we don't want to get out over our skis here. There's a lot of the year to play out.
I know we all see and hear different things, so I'm just going to say what I see and hear in that video. It is only February. We're at the end of February, but it is still February. And Walmart, one of the largest retailers in the country, just said that we are going to go through some kind of hard times. They're trying not to get ahead of themselves, but they're saying out loud that this is going to get fucking rough. This is Walmart. Whatever that means to you, take that information as it is. That's what I heard. I'd love to hear your thoughts down below on what you interpret that as. And as always, if this platform ever goes down or this account, my information, you can find me on other platforms, is in my link tree in my bio.
Doesn't mean a recession, but it does indicate that trouble may be coming. The stock lost over 6.5%. This spooked investors yesterday. And you think about it, Walmart is considered a bellwether for the American consumer. And 90% of Americans live within 10 miles of a Walmart. They focus on low prices. They sell need-to-have items. They are the nation's largest grocer. If Walmart says, quote, we are in an uncertain time, that is a potential red flag. And then you zoom out, you couple this with the retail sales numbers that we got for January. Biggest drop we've seen in 2 years. And then the data that we're getting on how consumers feel about inflation, they think inflation is going to be above 4% within a year. And so Walmart's outlook reflects that potential pullback in spending.
So this is essentially looking forward, right? Because up until this point, Walmart sales have been strong because of the pandemic, because of the leverage that they have with manufacturers in providing low prices to their customers. They're saying that with the economic environment and what the president is suggesting with the trade war, that could be bad.
Exactly. And you know, what I really thought was interesting is they highlighted that a lot of their growth is coming from consumers that make above $100,000. That's not
their core customer.
That is not their core customer. They said they're really tapping into a higher income customer. And in fact, in the third quarter of last year, 75% of the growth came from that group. That underscores that people of all income levels are looking for deals. They are struggling from that price pressure. But yes, it is potential pullback, inflation, and potential tariffs.
Credit to the original creators and credit to those that stitched this out for us to be able to add our comments to it. Yes, we are now seeing the power of the black dollars. The rich are feeling the power of the black dollars, even though they do not want to come out to admit it. Because if you heard in one of the clips, it's like they want to blame it on the inflation and on the tariffs. Yes, the tariffs is going to kick in March, right? Yeah, inflation is here and there, but inflation has been on for some time, even under the former administration. And they did not feel what they are feeling right now. So for sure, the boycott is working. The boycott is working, and the black dollar power, it is working. The rich are feeling it. They do not want to admit it. Now, what do you guys think? As y'all heard in one of the clips that last week, that Walmart lost over 6%. Walmart is a giant company. So for them to lose over 6%, that shows that this is working. Yes, that shows that this is working. You know, that shows that this boycott is working. What do you guys think? Do y'all think that the people will be able to hold on to their dollars long enough for them to even feel it? Or y'all think that these executives, y'all heard what the executive said, that he believed that there is uncertain times ahead. You know, it's not good for the consumers. For sure, it's showing that it's not even good for the rich as well. I will catch up with you guys later. Please let's respect ourselves while we comment. Do y'all think these companies, they are gonna come and wanna roll back what they took away? Because if we think about it, all the people want is fairness. Everybody just wanna be treated equally. I will catch up with you guys later. Please do not forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I would love to hear your comment. What do you think about this whole thing? Today is February 28th. Do y'all think they're going to even feel it harder? We shall see. Bye for now.